Welcome back to my channel, and in today's session we are going to discuss about the vector store. And in that vector store we are going to use LangChain Chroma, and for that you have to just visit this documentation of LangChain, and there you can just search the Chroma. As I mentioned, the vector store, we do have another vector store as well, but right now we are going to use the Chroma only for storing your embedding. And you have already seen those embeddings, how it will look like for each chunks, right? So let's come back. And as I mentioned in the last session, if you are going to use any kind of libraries, so first of all, you need to just install that one, right? If it is not installed, just try to install it. And let me go back, come back here, and then just what I have to do, we have to just import that one, right? And then we have to just pass this particular code. So what I have to do, I'll come here in my code, and here I'll write from LangChain Chroma. You can see select Chroma, import Chroma, right? That is what we are going to import. So once that is done, just come back to the downside. Here, here what you have to write, vector store is equals to Chroma. Just write down Chroma. Yes, this is the Chroma, bracket, open and close. Okay. So just see that it is loading, right? Come downside. Sometime you will get a code from here directly, okay? So but otherwise you can just come here into the documentation part and just copy this one. Copy from copy here and just come here and just paste this one. Okay. Yeah. So we had given a we have to give a collection name here. Collection name, I can provide anything. That is not compulsory, it's optional. Collection name PDF, and I'm passing my embedding. So this is the embedding, right? I have to store my embedding into this embedding variable, not embeddings. Just remove S, and it is going to store your embedding to the disk. Okay, here somewhere I will show you. Like once we will run this code, right? Then it will create a Chroma LangChain DB over here, and there it is going to store your embedding. Okay. So the next step is I also want to pass a chunks into the embedding. Okay. So what I have to write, documents is equals to chunks. Chunk, not chunks, chunks. Okay. That is what I'm going to pass. Okay. Now see, we have in the above line, you can see I have written this one, right? Correct. So now this is not required. This two line of code is not required. This two line of code is not required. Let me disable this line of code. This is not required. I'll tell you why it is not required. Okay. So for previous explanation, I have shown you that, but it is not required. This work, whatever here it is doing a embedding, right? Converting in embedding directly, directly it will do here. Directly, when we are going to use this one, it is directly going to convert into the embedding. But for that, you need to just pass dot from documents. If you're passing this one now from document, then whatever code you have written here for converting your chunks into the embedding, automatically do this step automatically, it will happen over here. Okay. And then what is your next step? You have to just check that whether vector store has been created or not, right? Whether vector store has been created or not means just checking. And if it is true, the next step is I'll write first, then I'll explain you what is the meaning of next step. Retriever is equals to vector store retriever as retriever search. We need to provide a search type here. Uh, yes, search type. Let me copy this one and I'll put here. Yeah. So I'll tell you what is the meaning of this line of steps. Okay. This line converts your vector store into a retriever that can search and return the most relevant chunks of text. Okay. So when I am calling this one, then it is converting your like your vector store, means this is the vector store, right? Converting the vector store into retriever form, and then there you can just search whatever you want to search, and it will return your relevant search. Suppose I want to search what is LLM. If the LLM context is present there in the embedding, right? So it will return those chunks wherever in the chunks that result is found, that chunks it will return. And the top six, if I'm saying six, then it will find the response top six. If I will pass two, then it will find the top two chunks where you will find the similarity of your response. Okay. So this is the meaning of this line of code. And let me just I'm just checking if okay, here it is throwing error, because as you can see here, we had just commented out. Let me comment this line as well. This is not required now, and I will now here the same line of code we can copy, and we can show here. Okay, but I have to remove this one. I have to remove this one, and simply instead of embedding, I'll show you vector store, because embedding is already happening inside here, right? So let me go back to the code and let's see that if there's any error are coming. Okay, line number 62, closing parentheses are missing. 62, vector store. Okay, let me go back. Let me see that if still error is coming. Okay, so let me upload a document. Let's see that if any error are coming, then we'll try to handle it. Number of two pages and number of chunks created 43. Now it is creating a vector store. Means it is converting into the embedding, and then it is going to, okay, now it is saying embedding function. Chroma vector store, Chroma got multiple value of a keyword, right? Embedding function and all. So let's resolve this issue. So the error is coming because of this structure. So let me resolve this issue first. So document is chunk. Let me see here. First of all, we need to pass document, then embedding, then collection name, then persistent directory, right? So let me go downside, and if there will be code, then I'll copy. Okay, let me follow the same steps. Document is correct. Then embedding we have to pass, right? So it should not be function here. So because we are using from documents, right? So it should not be function. So I'll just cut, come here, paste, embedding, and then I'll copy this line of code, paste after that. Let me see if I'm following the same thing or not. Here it's loading. A document is correct, embedding is correct, and collection name and persistent, whatever you want, you can pass it. Let me see if I'm getting error or not now. Okay, so just come back and let's see that it is executing, right? When we are making a changes here, then automatically it is making the changes in the front end as well. Okay, so now you can see embedding is created and that issue is also resolved. It was coming because we had added embedding function, and initially we were not using this from document. That is why, because previously in the previous section we had used this embed document, right, for creating the embedding. But now in this session we had disabled and we had used this different approach when we are using a Chroma. So when you're going to use this line of code, it will automatically convert your chunks into the embedding. So that is why, and let's see that vector store now it is resolved. The issue is resolved here, and we are able to see that it is also created and stored into the vector store. And by using this retriever, I already told you what is the meaning of that. If we are using this one, the vector store. Okay, so next step means almost we have sorted here. And the next step is I am going to add a chat input box here. And we need to ask your question, means this is 2 to 3 steps are remaining only. But till here, we are already covered. Everything we have covered this all block in all previous and today's session. Okay, now next session is for this section, which is very important because next session we are going to create your prompt, system prompt also, right? And then we'll create a user input where user will ask the input, right, related to whatever PDF it is uploaded. It will do the similarity search into your embedding and chunks, and then it will return to the LLM, and LLM is going to respond you back, right? This is what we are going to discuss into the upcoming session. So keep watching the next session, and please like and subscribe this channel. And if you have any kind of doubt, right, just go on to my chat section and just pass on your question, then I'll respond you back. Thank you so much for watching this video.